All right, let's talk about a tool that is absolutely foundational to great product management, the user persona. Now, it might seem simple on the surface, but trust me, a well-crafted persona can be the real difference between a product that just fizzles out and one that users absolutely fall in love with.
So, where does this all fit in? Well, when you're building great products, especially in a field as complex as AI, everything, and I mean everything, starts with understanding your users. The user persona sits right at the heart of product discovery and design. It's that critical first step that anchors your entire process in a real human need, not just a cool technical possibility.
So that brings up the big questions, right? What exactly is a user persona? Why should you really care? And probably most importantly, how do you create one that your team will actually use? Well, that's exactly what we're about to break down.
First, we're going to frame the persona as your team's compass. Then, we'll nail down exactly what it is and what it isn't. We'll explore why they're so powerful, build one from the ground up, and then wrap with how to make sure this awesome tool doesn't just end up gathering digital dust. So let's dive in.
Okay, first up, let's really dig into this idea of a persona as your compass. Because in the chaotic sea of new features, endless data, and all those stakeholder opinions, it is so easy to lose your way.
I mean, think about it for a second. Every single team needs a true north, a deep, shared understanding of who they're building this for. Because what happens without it? Well, designers start designing for themselves. Engineers start building for some hypothetical user they've invented. A persona just cuts right through all that noise, giving everyone on the team the exact same clear, consistent point of reference.
With that in mind, let's get a crystal clear definition of what a user persona actually is.
So, the Nielsen-Norman Group has a great definition. They say a persona is a fictional character, but, and this is so important, it's not just something you make up out of thin air. It's a representation that's built from real research about a whole cluster of your users who share common goals, attitudes, and behaviors. It's an archetype, not a stereotype. That's a key distinction. All right, now this is a really important distinction we need to make. We're focused today on the UX persona. This is all about building empathy so you can create a better product experience. This is totally different from a marketing persona, which is designed to help your marketing team segment customers and, sell to them more effectively. Both are valuable tools, for sure, but their goals are just fundamentally different.
So you might be thinking, okay, I get it, but why go through all this trouble? The answer is simple, and it's incredibly powerful. It's all about empathy.
A really solid persona does 4 incredible things for your team. First, it gets everyone aligned on a single, shared vision of the user. Second, it becomes a filter for every single feature and design choice. Third, it helps settle arguments. Instead of battling over personal opinions, the question just becomes, what would Jane want? And finally, it connects your team emotionally to the real person they're building for. It fosters genuine empathy.
And that right there, that's the heart of it all. You just can't design a world-class product for someone you don't understand or feel a real connection to. Empathy is that secret ingredient, and personas are the tool that helps you bake it into your process.
Okay, enough theory, let's get practical. How do you actually build one of these things? How do you go from a blank page to a fully formed persona that your team can really get behind?
It's actually a pretty straightforward 3-step process. No magic required. You start by conducting research, and that means talking to real users. Then you analyze all that data, and you start looking for common patterns and themes. And finally, you pull all those patterns together into a concrete persona profile.
To make this totally concrete, let's build one together. So, everyone, I want you to meet Jane. We're no longer talking about some vague freelance PR professionals. No, we're talking about a specific person, Jane.
See, Jane's bio isn't just her job title. We know she grabs coffee at a local independent shop. She's on the train, checking emails during her morning commute. These little details start to paint a vivid picture of her daily life and her values. It makes her feel real, relatable, and totally memorable. And a quote like this, wow, it gives you such a powerful snapshot into her mindset. We immediately get that staying current is a huge part of her professional identity. And we even get a little clue about her habits. She's using Instagram for work, not just for fun. Next up, what is she trying to accomplish? What are her goals? Well, they're super clear. Deliver the most value possible for her clients and always be available when they need her. This tells our product team exactly what success looks like from Jane's point of view. And this is where the magic happens for us as product people. What are her frustrations? What are her pain points? She's completely frustrated by juggling multiple email accounts for every client, and it's especially annoying when she's trying to do it on her commute. These pain points, these are the problems your team can now rally around and solve. Okay, so you've done the work, you've built your persona, now what? This is the final, and honestly, maybe the most important step, making sure it doesn't just become a forgotten document in a folder somewhere. It needs to be a living, breathing tool for your team.
And you gotta remember, a persona isn't something you carve in stone. The world changes, and so do your users. It really has an expiration date. Think about a year, maybe. You need to keep your research fresh to make sure Jane, or whoever your persona is, stays relevant and effective.
So I want to leave you with a question to take back to your own team. When you look at your product development process, honestly, are you designing for a Jane, a real person with real goals and frustrations? Or is your team kind of accidentally designing for itself? Having a persona makes all the difference. As you can tell, user personas are such a critical piece of the whole AI product management puzzle. If you're curious about exploring all the other pieces, from strategy all the way to launch, I'd love for you to check out the AI Product Management Playbook. It's a great way to join a whole network of product leaders. Just hit subscribe on LinkedIn. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.